Namaste, Ohio gozaimasu, and hello Gina. Hi, it's Tom from GreenShortz, and you may remember in my last shop organization video that my bench actually was clean. And you can see it's gotten away from me a little bit. Mad Tools felt my pain and actually offered to sponsor this video. So today, part of what I'm going to be installing is a pegboard system. James sent me this box of 1/4-inch hooks and baskets, 60 pieces. Looking forward to opening this up and seeing what's inside. Thank you, James. I'm also going to be doing a under workbench drawer, kind of a flat storage drawer there for a lot of the tools that I need to use on a regular basis but are cluttering up my workbench. This is typically what happens on the top of my workbench. I've got tools, I've got project stuff, odds and ends, and stuff that needs to be recycled. And I just need a better way to organize these things. My stackable storage bins that I made in my first shop organization video will serve part of this purpose. And I want these to focus more on project supplies, occasionally used tools, not often used tools. So I want the top of my workbench to be set aside for projects I'm working on and not for storage of stuff, which is kind of what's been happening over on this end of the bench. I've got these toolbox storage tops that have kind of been my catch-all. So some of this stuff needs to end up on the pegboard, some of it will go in the new drawer, and some of it can stay in these bins, but I need to find a spot for them. Alright, let's see what's included in this box. That is a nice assortment, lots of great options, and James also includes a guide of what you've got and a suggestion on how to use each piece. I don't think I'm using this space here very well, so I'm going to put some of my pegboard up there. And that pegboard is actually something you need to supply yourself, and I picked up 4 of these 16 by 16 inch pegboard pieces at my local Home Depot. I don't want to go too high with those, so I'm actually going to take this shelf out so I can get 2 pieces of pegboard up here. But to do that, I'm going to need to put in some cross bracing. A clean workbench does wonders for the cluttered mind. I'm actually going to inset these a little bit in from this face because my pegboard has some standoffs. I would like for the pegboard to be flush with this surface of the 2x4. These panels actually connect together too, which is nice. Now with my first 2 pieces of pegboard in place, I'm going to install some of the hooks and baskets from Mad Tools. One thing I can never seem to find is my screwdrivers, so I'm going to start with this screwdriver rack here on the bottom. I got a nice variety of tools and stuff right here where I can see it, and that makes me happy. I think I've got some more space. I think I can use it a little bit more efficiently, and the good news is I've got a lot more brackets to use. I've got 2 more pieces of pegboard. I'm going to set those up on the opposite wall over here. I'm going to put up a couple of furring strips to mount these 2 pieces of pegboard. Whew. I was using reclaimed nails, weren't exactly straight. That one's a little too bent up to use, but it'll get recycled. Alright, let's hang some hooks and baskets. One extra element that's included in this package is some spacers. So if you're dealing with a piece of pegboard that's thinner, you can put the spacer here on the baskets so that it doesn't hang loosely on the pegboard. Of course, mine's thick enough, so I don't need that, but it's nice to know it's there if you need it. Alright, so I've got that pegboard filled up with stuff from the top of my bench and a few other tools that I always find myself looking for, like a measuring tape, wire cutters. I've got a hammer on this end of the workbench as well. Just nice to have those handy. So I've actually got a fair amount of hooks left over. Probably enough to do another 2 of those 16 by 16 pegboards. But that also gives me the versatility to reconfigure this as I need to. So I love this because it's gotten all of those things off of my workbench, but they're still where I can see them. And that's kind of how my brain works, is if I don't see it, I kind of forget where it is. Anyway, thanks to Mad Tools, James Maddens, for reaching out to me to sponsor this video. In fact, James is going to offer you a 10% discount. I'll put that coupon code in the description below. And now I'm going to move on to the next piece of my workbench clearing storage, which is going to be the underbench drawer. So the drawer is actually going to go underneath the bench right here between these 2 legs, and it's going to function pretty much like I've been using the top of the bench. In fact, I'll probably put these trays in it to hold some of the smaller stuff. And I'm using these 2 drawer slides that I picked up on Amazon. I'll actually put a link in the description below if you like the way these work. They weren't that expensive. I'm going to use some salvage zip sheathing for the bottom of my drawer. I'm going to rip down some 2x6 into strips for the sides of the drawer And then I'm gonna add a rabbit to that. I'm gonna glue and tack up my drawer. For my drawer front, I'm going to use a small strip of the zip, and I'm going to finish off the end with one of my rabbit cutouts, just to give that a little bit more durability. Of course, this guy is going to get a coat of shop gray. While this is drying, I'm going to install the drawer slides. I'm going to set the depth of my drawer so I can get my hand kind of over the top of it. So the top edge of the drawer would actually be the pull. So it looks like I need about 1 inch of drop there. I also want my drawer front to be flush, or almost flush, with the front of the bench here. Check this for level. One more for good measure. Got a lot more cantilever on this side, so a little strap here to hold it up. Now I'm going to test fit the drawer. The mechanism on these slides is got a little hook on the back edge, so it'll actually sink in just a little bit more than this. And I'm pretty happy with that level. Good reach there. I'm not so concerned that I can see the edge of the slides here. This is the shop. If I get tired of that, I'll just add another drawer front that covers a little bit more. So I need to go through all of those trays and organize them. They're still a mess, but you get the idea of how this drawer is going to be used. Check out that 10% off coupon in the description below. As always, thank you to my patrons for helping make these videos possible. If you'd like to join me on Patreon, you can check out the link in the description below as well. As always, my mission here at GreenShortz is to help you see green so you can be green. And save a little green by doing it yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and share. Keep all the great comments and suggestions coming, and we'll see you next Saturday.